All right, so welcome everyone to the third episode of the Culture Pit podcast. Thank you guys for taking the time actually to to be here and hang out with us. So we hope everyone's doing all right. So anyway, my name is Paolo.
My name is Seb.
I'm Gab.
Happy birthday, Bon!
There you go. There's one. How's everyone doing? I know this is like our first podcast. In quarantine. So how's everyone doing?
Mm-hmm.
What?
What?
This is our first podcast with Bon.
Oh,
With
right.
Bon, actually, yeah, it is our first podcast with Bon.
Yay, thank you.
So, Pa, what have you been doing?
For me, I've been it's mostly been Gunpla and there's really not much to do except Gunpla and Call of Duty Boba. So yeah, like if for all the players out there, if you wanna hang out with us, I guess we could drop like our usernames. You can hang out with us like sometime in the future. How about you guys? What have you been doing?
I have been watching a lot of wrestling related things. Been reading Spawn from the very beginning. Just a lot of content. Kind of trying to read the Witcher books. And casually losing my mind, just like everybody else.
Actually.
But yeah, that's basically been it. How about you guys?
Bon, what have you been doing?
Nothing much, but surprisingly, I've been video game streaming, and surprisingly, I'm enjoying it so far.
Streaming.
So that's about it. And wrestling, too. Yeah.
Of course, wrestling.
Wrestling.
Well, me, same with Pao, more Gunpla, and some video games. I finished Skyrim after 9 years. That's news. Yeah, it was fun. It was really fun, and oddly satisfying in a way. And by the way, I still work. I still do work, even though in quarantine.
Oh yeah,
work
same
from
here.
home, yeah, work from home is still a thing.
Work from home is still a thing. Also, I forgot to mention. I've been. I don't know. I know it's been a while, but better late than never. I got into like Community lately. So
Yeah, it's on Netflix
yeah,
now, right?
it's on Netflix. So yeah, it's actually pretty good. I see why everyone during that time period when it was out. I see why everyone had like a crush on Alison Brie now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Proud to say I'm one of them. She's amazing. She's amazing. And
She
Dave
is.
Franco, you are a lucky man. So there you go. So yeah, what are we? Normally we just talk about like random things on this podcast. So what are we talking about first?
Now that we've gotten through that, I think it would be a good time to talk about some recent developments with certain things within the geek ethos, namely that Snyder cut that all of the hipsters have been
Snyder
asking for is finally getting something. Who knew that AT&T taking over Warner Brothers would be such a positive thing for the hardcore fan base?
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Not
Everyone's
much.
clamoring about it, right?
Oh, hell yeah. 3 years and I think a very small, sad protest in front of Warner Brothers Studios is
Yeah.
what this amounted to over the number of years that people have been asking for it. But besides the details of the fact that it is greenlit, it is going through, and they're giving roughly 20 to 30 million to finish CG and overall editing of the
It's a lot of Dude, kind of went all
movie.
in. Yeah?
It's apparently going to be cut into 6 episodes of I don't know how long. Overall, they say it's going to be like a 4-hour movie cut into these 6 episodes, so I don't really know how the time exactly of each chapter, but that is what I'm currently hearing. But those are currently speculations. Other speculations include the fact that AT&T is trying to bring Ben back, Ben Affleck.
Mm-hmm.
He's been Batman for this DCEU since Batman v Superman. And that the David Ayer cut of Suicide Squad might also become greenlit.
Oh yeah,
They're going all in.
Yeah.
They're trying to breathe life into this franchise, I guess.
Yep. Breed some cohesiveness and some light and some closure with fans who feel like they were robbed of the original incarnations of these movies. Whether or not they turn out good, it's kind of irrelevant. I think like people were just trying to get the version that they were promised. You know, there was a version that we saw in trailers of both Suicide Squad and Justice League that were definitely not what we got when these things were out in the cinema. So that's great. What are you guys' thoughts on it?
For me, I'm definitely psyched for that. I think that this is something that's it's a long time coming, and Snyder Cut personally was always something that I was looking forward to. I just didn't think it would happen. Like I honestly had lost all hope that it was happening. Honestly speaking, but the fact that it is, to Seb's point, there's a lot of things that that we saw that we didn't get, and I feel like that is something that that we, as fans, it's something we deserve. So yeah, I'm pretty psyched, and of course for the Ayer cut, same thing. I like Suicide Squad, and if there's something more they could add to that, then yeah, I'm definitely like willing to check it out.
For me, it's more of them finally committing to the thing that they started, and they finally like just the hell. Let's just do it. Let's just commit. Let's just finish the story. Because for me, the Justice League movie was oddly weird compared to the first two movies. Like, what happened? By doing that, they just finally finishing the story that the people behind it started. What they really wanted to show the people, they're finally gonna do it now, and I think that's great. Might be good, might not be great at all, but at least it's done. It makes sense. That's my take on it.
All right. We know that Bon is not really the type to delve into these things. He's here for the wrestling, and we don't know what else. But
he's here for the wrestling.
Opinions are valued, and if you have thoughts on them, man, spit that shit.
Okay. Yeah, just if you have any, whatever your thoughts are on the Snyder Cut and the Ayer Cut, just let us know. Like, we're definitely like, we definitely want to hear about them. Just let us know in the comment section, and just tag us, and we'll be happy to just like see them and read them out loud on the next podcast, if ever.
Yes.
So yeah, but since Bon is here for the wrestling, I'm officially making that a thing right now. By the way, that's going to be Bon's official tagline for Culture Pit. I'm here for the wrestling. He just did a Seth Rollins laugh right there.
Mr. Becky Lynch.
Speaking of, congrats to Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. I know this is probably not going to reach you guys, but if it does, we're happy for you.
Very
so,
happy.
I'm kind of hoping that the baby laughs like that. Seth goes, and the baby goes, so it's something I'm looking forward to.
The baby will come out of Becky's womb with like 2 title belts.
Baby 2 belts.
Baby 2 belts.
Yeah, baby 2 belts.
Yeah. Just like his mama. But anyway, so for the wrestling, I know we're not. Are we talking about WWE? I don't think we're talking about WWE tonight, aside from Becky and Seth.
Hold on. Before we get to that, one, we just want to make sure that we don't skip over you with anything regarding anything we talk about.
Yeah, sure.
You have thoughts on the Air Suicide Squad and the Justice League? Do you?
Oh yeah. Go Batman. That's all.
That's great. He's the world's hungriest citizen.
That's fair. That's always a fair thing. Go Batman. Why not?
Yeah.
We leave everything to you, Batman.
In Batman we trust.
Batman we trust.
All right. To add to what Bal already mentioned, we are talking wrestling today, but we're not talking WWE because Double or Nothing just happened. Which is initially, this was the first pay-per-view after All In. The first incarnation of this was it was All In, and then this happened, if I'm correct. Like after All In,
Revolution. Don't forget Revolution.
Oh yeah,
All In Revolution. Like All In Revolution, then Double or Nothing.
No. Full Gear Revolution. Then this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's right.
Okay. All right, I stand corrected there, definitely. But this is the second time we're getting a Double or Nothing.
Yes.
Okay.
And we're getting it during this pandemic. We're getting wrestlers who aren't booked on the show as audience members. Some skeleton crew people in the audience, as well. And this is a really unique and weird circumstance for wrestling to be in because it is a live audience show for the most part. Mm-hmm. And we know we've been getting Dynamite, Raw, SmackDown, some NXT that is presented to us in this manner. So, what do you guys think about the current state of pro wrestling with this, with these no audience arena shows and all these precautions that they've been taking to keep their talents healthy and to keep their brands active? What are you guys thinking about this, the current state of pro wrestling these days?
Bun.
Before we get to Double or Nothing.
Do I go first?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Okay.
It's your first podcast with us, so go for it.
Okay. I don't know. Like I'm not liking the storylines lately. I mean, I get it. They're saving the big storylines for when the crowd comes back.
Mm-hmm.
But like they could have just write like something like good or at least decent. But I don't know. I'm not enjoying the storylines lately.
With regards to what? Is this everything? Or just...
Yeah, everything. Like,
okay.
I'm not even watching Raw and SmackDown, and surprisingly NXT, like religiously now. I used to like watch it every week, but now I'm just skipping it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I get it that they're saving it for the crowd, like
Yeah.
The storylines aren't even decent. Come on.
Yeah. Might as well write something good or improvise, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I get
To
you.
clear this up for the people at home, Bon is the biggest wrestling guy from all of us.
Yes.
So, like, for this man to say anything regarding the state of professional wrestling right now, to have any opinion, negative or positive, that's big coming from him.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, wow, for you to say that, like, it is that bad for you, that's actually quite interesting to hear.
Mm-hmm. That's new.
Yeah.
It's news to us too.
Yeah. If I'll have my turn, I think wrestling is both at its most creative right now and kind of its worst. I think WWE has been putting on some great pre-taped matches. I think AEW has been winning the TV stuff, definitely.
Yes.
But I know that leading up to all of this Double or Nothing stuff, we were supposed to get something called Blood and Guts, which has been changed into this Stadium Stampede arena match. We'll talk about later, but wrestling companies have had to step up their creative abilities to make these shows entertaining and watchable. And I think at the very least it shows that this medium of wrestling as a storytelling medium, it's gotten more creative now than it has been possibly in the last decade. Am I saying that the stuff is good or not? That could vary. It could be good sometimes, some of it isn't. But I like that this pandemic has forced these companies to try. And some companies, New Japan in particular, has completely ceased operations for the duration of this pandemic. So all we have is currently WWE and AEW. But yeah, that's what I think about the current state of wrestling. How about you, Gab or Paolo?
Gab, you want to go first?
For me, I haven't been watching wrestling lately, except for the AEW Double or Nothing. For me, why I got to watch that, I see. Yeah, I agree with Seb in that way. They are becoming more creative than ever. Even before pre-pandemic, things got wild and way different in terms of story. And I think for me that's a good thing because personally I want more of this stuff. I really want more of this. This is my thing. I like this wacky stories. I like this out of this world shit. I like this out of this world stuff. I dig it, and it's fresh. It's new, and people like it. Well, they do
for the most part. Yes.
For the most part, yeah, they do. So I'm all for it, and I also if Bond thinks it's not that good recently, maybe they should do something about it. Like they should write something specifically for this period only. I don't know how, but build something that works on TV without any audience interaction would be good. So maybe they could go personal on it or something. I don't know. I'm just spitting out ideas here. So
all right.
Yeah, that's it for me, I guess. How about you, pal?
Honestly, for me, on a wrestling standpoint, I'm not as updated with AEW as I was, and maybe because I'm right now I'm focusing on other things, but weekly WWE has just for fun. I've been looking at updates on WWE, and my thing about wrestling now is I guess, and I'm not discrediting anyone's opinion here. All your opinions are very valid, but I also think they're working with what they can. On a business standpoint, this pandemic, it's taking a lot out of businesses, and even more so the entertainment industry. So with whatever they have, and with the talent that they have, I just think that whatever they can do with it, then they're willing to do it. Although I do agree, maybe some storylines could be changed, maybe some could be done better. But I also think that, maybe right now it's the best that they got. And I'm not really, I'm not entirely like pinning all of that against them. It is actually really hard to like have a business that's not of the essentials, food, water, whatever. But like to have an entertainment company and massive entertainment companies like, WWE and AEW operate like this, it takes a toll on them. And I'm not defending like the top WWE guys in any way.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. And again, they gotta work with what they got. So, there's some storylines I'm not a fan of. Like, I don't know why, and I'm sorry about this to all you fans, I don't know why Charlotte Flair still has the spotlight on her. But, she's there, so I guess it's, like, the fact that she's there, then fine. I guess that's the thing. But there's things. There's also some storylines, I think, in my opinion, are good. For one, and I don't know if you guys agree with me on this, I really, really, really actually like the Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley storyline. And I know Seb will agree because in his eyes, Drew McIntyre can do no wrong. So, there's some pros to it. There's some unique, things out there that, I've honestly, as a fan, craved for a long time. Like, a unique WWE Championship match. Who would have thought Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley would be tearing it up, like in a few days or so. So, just things like that for the WWE title. I mean, but yeah, like things like that I haven't seen in WWE for a long time. Again, it's both a pro and a con. So the fact that they're working with what they've got and they're doing their best with it, I'll forgive them for that.
To add to that, I actually think, like, if I'm stretching my mind on it, if I'm gonna say that this is filler storyline, it's a remarkable job that they're doing for just filler storylines. The Firefly Funhouse is no joke. The Boneyard match is no joke. What this has done for these two wrestlers, I don't think it could have been done any other way or better. But that's gold in a coal mine. That's a diamond in the rough, because not everything's gonna look that good. But sometimes they really hit it out of the park, and this is the first time where I've been looking at wrestling product in a while that I was like, damn, I didn't expect that. But that's all happening. That's gonna be happening for a while, and until we get live audiences back into these buildings, wrestling's gonna look kind of awkward at best. And there's so much wrestling we could talk about, but that is gonna take a way longer time than we have. So let us get started on Double or Nothing, which started with, if I'm thinking correctly, we're skipping the pre-show. It started with the casino ladder match, right?
Yeah.
Yes. The ladder match.
The not so Money in the Bank.
I mean, it's a poker chip.
Yeah.
Poker chip in the bank.
Is there actually? Wait, I actually have a question. Is there a contract in the poker chip, or is it just?
I don't know if I'm getting this right. I seriously don't know if I'm getting this right. This is exactly like the Money in the Bank, right? If I have this correctly, Bond, please correct me.
No, I think the poker chip is just a prop. So yeah, just a prop. I mean, it's not like it's not like Brian Cage could cash in the poker chip.
I don't know. I'm sorry to.
Parameters of this ladder match? Like, you win the poker chip and you could cash in a match anytime you want. Is that the case, or
no? You're just the number one contender. That's it.
Number one contender. Okay.
The poker chip is just a prop.
Or
Kasi Janela had a promo, and you mentioned something about being the future AEW World Champion. So, okay, yeah, number one contendership makes sense. It's not, it's straightforward. I guess it's not.
Yeah.
It's not like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's just right on the number one contender. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of like winning the Royal Rumble then.
Which is actually interesting because I heard some comparisons to an earlier Battle Royal that AEW did. I did not see it, called the Casino Battle Royal. And people are saying that this is like an improved, better version of that.
Oh. With the
I don't know how that went, but yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to wait and see.
We had a lot of different superstars on different parts of the current card in this match. We had Frankie Kazarian, we had Kip Sabian, Luke Forrest, Tony Janela, Orange Cassidy, Colt Cabana, Darby Allin, and managed by
wait, you forgot Scorpio Sky.
Brian Cage, who I'm seeing for the first time. I wasn't really a TNA guy, but the Swolverine, the Michelin Man incarnate. I never expected to see this guy on any show that I was watching, but I was surprised with this massive man.
Luchasaurus was there, right?
Luchasaurus was there.
Yeah.
And again, Scorpio Sky.
AEW is just continuously giving us big guys that can really move.
It's true.
Because the ladder match is going on. We got a lot of good spots from the junior heavyweight types, the cruiserweight types. A lot of good wrestling, like technical wrestling coming from guys like Kaz and Scorpio. And then we get Luchasaurus, who's a big man that can move. We're just seeing some very junior heavyweight type stuff from him. And then Brian Cage arrives. Giving us some very solid work rate stuff, man. Like, it's not just big, meaty men slapping meat, And that wasn't a long amount of time that we saw that. Or for the small amount of time that I saw Brian Cage, I was like, wow, this guy's actually got it going on. Like, I want to see this guy compete in some competitive matches because he can go.
Yes. I agree.
Yeah. What? Do you guys have any thoughts on the Casino ladder match?
Bon, you can go first.
I don't know, like, I mean, I'm fine with Brian Cage winning it. I just hope someone else won it, like, more deserving than him. Because, I don't know if this is a trend or not, but they've been having someone debut and win a big match, like, just like that, So, I don't know.
I think that in a world where we have spectacles that don't deliver, that it's very rare to see someone return and dominate and actually win. So it is refreshing to see Brian Cage get this opportunity. I don't think he's going to win. I don't think that he's taking it from Mox, and I also don't think anyone's taking it from Mox anytime soon.
Yes.
One thing they've been doing with the AEW Championship is long reigns. We've had a 6-month reign from Jericho, and I don't know how long Mox was at it.
3 months. 3 months.
3 months. They're telling some patient storylines here. And I think as people who are very used to a WWE style of storytelling, I think we're not used to big things happening and like having it have too much big reward. I do see Brian Cage as someone who will deliver a good match for Moxley, but I don't think he's taking it. But I think it's good that these bigger, more well-known names are actually placing a good position on these cards for the sake of having eyes. They are building their talent very patiently, very slowly, but I think it's actually been working. And we could address that in later matches because there are matches on this card that do build up their main talent pool. But I know that Gab has also seen Double or Nothing. What do you think of the latter match, dude?
It was fun for me. It was fun. People, I like seeing Orange Cassidy move.
Oh, a lot of people
So funny.
win. Yeah.
He's so lazy.
I
Oh
was
my
rooting for
gosh.
him, but I mean, okay, it's not happening, but still fun though. Still super fun. And I was surprised with the Brian Cage thing. And he did well. And how it went was, for me, it was he got piled up with a lot of stuff, right?
They buried him, a literal burial, yes.
And piled a lot of stuff on him, and then he just burst it out. And
Yep.
Yeah, that was cool. Darby Allin had my eyes too. Yeah, he moved.
Yeah.
He moved like a motherfucker, but
Yeah.
it was a fun match. But I didn't. Yeah, I was actually wondering what the chip was for, and then Bon explained it. Oh, it made sense that Brian gave
Yeah.
it. All right.
To add to that, yeah. Orange Cassidy comes in, asks
I saw that.
commentators how to win the match, which is something he was repeatedly doing. He did it during the video package, and yesterday he posted a picture of him being part of the casino ladder match with the caption, "How do I win this again?" And he had a good 2 minutes to himself.
Yeah.
Figuring out how to win this without actually climbing the ladder. These great non-spots from Orange Cassidy have been killing me. And the fact that he didn't win this out of sheer laziness is just very him.
And it also made sense. That's okay.
Yeah.
Like, alright.
So we get to see Orange actually do some shit because he's not over, bro. Like, he's good. Like, his match with Pac at Revolution was no joke. When Orange actually started trying, he's really got that one punch man thing going on. Yeah. Where he doesn't care for 90% of the time, but when he does, oh my god.
Yeah.
But yeah. Pao, I know you've seen some of Double or Nothing. What do you think
The
of
ladder match. I've seen the ladder match. I liked it. Brian Cage surprised me too. But wait, before anything, I just want to say it's so fun seeing Vicky Guerrero in the audience.
Oh yeah, Vicky, yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god, it was so awesome seeing her. But going back to the ladder match, personally, my first pick was, and I know I don't know. My first pick was actually either Orange Cassidy or Scorpio Sky. But when I saw it, I saw how it came down, and it's, it's not like your typical WWE ladder match. I think there's a lot of things that that were fresh and new. But I do agree. Like, I get that Brian Cage is a new guy and he's a big guy, but it's kind of weird how the AEW has this thing where a big guy comes out big guy, big strong guy, new guy comes out and just wins everything. So I don't have a problem with it. I just wasn't expecting it. Although I did like seeing Taz. So yeah, it was a pretty good match. It was weird seeing like Darby Allin get injured like the first 5 minutes of the match. That's why I tell kids, man, you can't skate on a ladder. There's a reason we don't do these things. There's a reason these things don't mix. It's because of it's because of Darby Allin. You haven't seen it,
bro.
I'm just saying, freaking, if you're even thinking about like, I don't know, doing an ollie on top of a ladder, don't. So, but yeah.
Did you guys notice though that ladder was worked before it broke?
It was definitely,
Like you could see it was already really ready to break before it broke.
It was ready to break. It was definitely ready to break. No, it was definitely fun seeing Luchasaurus. I think every single time I've seen him, I've had like a decent amount of fun.
Every time I see Luchasaurus, I keep on thinking this guy is too good to be pretending to be a dinosaur.
I know. That's exactly it. That's exactly it.
Mm-hmm.
That was, what's his name again? Brodus Clay?
Brodus Clay.
He was a dinosaur. First one I've seen since Barney.
Yeah.
That didn't turn out well, but man, Luchasaurus is making it work.
I like him. I really do like him. I like the gimmick. When I first saw him, I was like, really? Luchasaurus? And then I saw him the first time, I was like, okay. He's pretty good. I'm a fan.
Yeah. Okay. We've all talked about the ladder match. How about the one that followed it, which I think is a really standout match? MJF versus Jungle Boy. Another member of the Jurassic Express. What do you guys think? Vaughn?
Oh gosh, I'm sorry, I skipped it, but
oh man, dude.
but I saw the highlights. Like it was really, 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 really good.
That was
that's all I can say.
A sleeper match, brother.
But I don't know. Man, I don't like MJF. I don't know.
I adore MJF. MJF is as good as his t-shirts say. MJF is as good as he says. That man is going to be one of the top stars of this entire world.
I mean, I know MJF is like really good at what he does, but I don't know. For me, he kind of overdoes things sometimes. Like,
takes kayfabe to a new level.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you an example. It was an episode of Dynamite, and he was making his entrance, and I forgot what he did, but he flipped off some guy's hat. Like, come on, man. I mean, you don't have to do that. I mean, I get you're a bad guy.
Takes kayfabe to a whole other level.
Yeah, but I get you're a bad guy.
I get what you mean. Yeah.
And like, remember the photo with the kid, the fan? Like,
yeah, I love that.
Kid? Yeah, I don't know, man.
Oh yeah, the kid.
My thing is, I really love hearing about your opinions on wrestling, but you're Mark. In the most endearing way I can say this to you, you're a Mark. And you're really buying into the shit he's doing. Because, like, it is a work. It is possibly being worked a little too often. Like, I would appreciate knowing who MJF really is as a person. Because he can't be a cunt. Like, not with the way he's working in that ring. Not in the way he's making people look when he works in that ring. So, I know that MJF is probably a good person, but for the sake of protecting the business, he doesn't show it to anybody. I saw Chris Van Fleet interview where he was just himself, the character himself. So I understand what you mean. I'm pretty sure he's just trying to protect the business, even though kayfabe has been dead a long time. But I think the work he's been doing in the ring, the work he's been doing to put himself over and to put other people over is tremendous, and you see it in this match. I've never seen Jungle Boy do anything this cool. I didn't know that Jungle Boy was this technically sound. The timing they had with each other, the chemistry they had in the ring, this is something I can genuinely see in a title scene. And these people are both homegrown AEW guys. And, you know, to add to the fact that you guys are like, you know, you've been saying that, like, oh, they're building up Brian Cage to now be in the title picture on his first night. But, like, they've shown that they don't put that much stock into it, even though it appears that they do. A lot of these people that have appeared in the title picture, like Jericho, like Omega, like Cody at one point was trying to be in the title picture, like Adam Page. Yes, they've been in the title picture, but that's mainly because a lot of people know who they are. But they have been doing a lot of building of stars that are homegrown. And they've been doing it slowly. And we're not used to that. I don't think most wrestling fans are used to it anymore, because we're used to wrestling landscapes changing in a day. I think eventually we'll be seeing MJF competing for titles, and everyone else who's homegrown and new competing for titles. I personally think that the women's division is just now becoming entertaining. It was my biggest criticism with AEW for the longest time, that I thought their women's division is their sleeper division. I haven't seen anything from them besides Riho versus Native Beast Nyla Rose, and this Sheeta match.
Yes.
Nyla Rose, that I thought, well, there's potential here. But I think AEW is gambling on itself in a way I haven't seen a company do. Because they're giving us matches that appear like we wouldn't want to see them. But this is them building their homegrown stars the way WWE used to with guys in Velocity and Heat. But they're putting it on their main shows. I did not think I would want to have seen Jungle Boy versus MJF. But I watched every single bit of that. I didn't look at my phone once. And I expected to, because this is usually how I feel about these non-title matches that just happen to be on the card. AEW is showing that there's value to even the most unexpected part of the cards, you know? Page and Omega versus the Bucks was the second or third match on the card on Revolution. And that's a match of the year candidate, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're showing value in places we're not used to from American wrestling, and that's something I really like out of them. But man, I have spoken enough about this. Gab, you've seen it, right?
Yep. I didn't expect Jungle Boy to look that good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like I was wow. All right. This. I thought I was about to skip it too. Like.
Yeah.
But it looks.
Oh.
I like it. Like he's gonna jump. I was like all throughout the match.
Yeah. Finished too, right?
Mm-hmm. Like I thought I'm not gonna finish it too. Like this is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect it from there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I'm just excited for the last match, but okay, I'm watching it now, and I do not regret a single second of it. Like it was a good match. Yeah.
Did you see this, Bell?
I was actually halfway. I'm just. The thing is, I pretty much know what happened. The whole pay-per-view, and I'm happy. With what I'm hearing, I mean, with what I've seen, I do agree. Jungle Boy is like technically sound. Um, you know, I'm happy MJF won,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, like with what I've seen so far, yeah, I mean, I thought I was gonna skip it. I was so close to skipping it. I was like, you know what? I don't know if you want to see this. Move on to the next match, but no, I liked it. And you know, I guess after this podcast ends, I'm gonna keep watching it because it was actually really good. So you know, I wasn't expecting that out of Jungle Boy, but you know, it happened. So I was like, all right, well, you know, so yeah. I don't know. Maybe because I'm already a fan of Luchasaurus, but you know, you know, Jungle Boy, yeah.
Yeah.
Jurassic Express is really stepping up and showing us why they're so hip with Market Boys, you know? I personally have been trying to hate Jurassic Express because they're wrestling dinosaur people. What? Why
I
would
can't
like
hate
these
them.
guys? They're wrestling. I'm a dinosaur thing. Why would I like that? But they can go. And I can't deny that they can go. No one can deny that these guys can really, really go.
All elite, baby.
Yeah. And like, did you guys notice that like JR was really trying to put over Jungle Boy Jack Perry, and not just Jungle Boy. They're really trying to give this guy more of like, I belong in the mid card name, you know, like a more credible I'm not a jobber type of thing going on with his name, repeatedly saying that he's the son of Luke Perry and shit. I like that they are pushing him. I hope that I see better things from Jungle Boy in the future, because now that we know he can go, we just want this guy to keep fucking going, right?
Yeah, I agree.
And the next match on this card, a lot of people had shit to say about this match. Cody versus the Murder Hawk Monster, Lance Archer in his first pay-per-view match.
Are we talking about like, you know, shit about the match or the prize?
We're gonna be talking about we could talk about the belt. We could talk about whatever we want to talk about, because there's a lot to
Oh my god. That belt.
Something to say about the belt.
Let's start with one.
I'm just gonna put this out there. You know a belt is bad when the up down championship looks better than it. All right, that's all I'm gonna say.
Down championship looks fine. The 24/7 championship is a giant green watch. The size of a championship belt. But
the 24/7 championship is the little brother of the World Heavyweight Championship who wanted him to like bring him everywhere.
yes,
Like,
yes,
oh, where are we going? Yeah, that's basically what the 24/7 championship is.
exactly. But, like, now, our official thoughts on it. Bun, what did you think of Cody versus Archer?
Okay, okay. Let me fucking rant about the fucking belt.
Ilang pare.
I knew it.
He's so mad. He's so mad.
Like, come on! It looks like a fucking plate on a fucking bowl of ketchup.
Yep.
Come on, man! Like, but I mean, I get it. Like the belt shop is closed.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
Belt shop's closed.
But you know, like,
the cover button shop is closed.
On this.
you know, okay, fine.
I did research on this. The company, the guy who makes the belts for AEW, this is the same guy who made the tag championships, apparently. So you guys have seen the tag championships. Those are, you know, good-looking belts. Good enough looking belts. And he has come up with, you know, I guess an excuse. Like, I get it. You can't access your equipment. I'm not gonna blame this on the guy who made the belt. I'm gonna blame this on Khan. I'm gonna blame this on management. I'm gonna blame this on Cody and everybody else. I get debuting a belt at all costs. I get that they would have been criticized either way. Good job on them for stepping up and just going with their bullshit. whether it's good bullshit or not. The belt is what it is right now. I hope to see something significantly better later. But yeah, that's I've seen it. I like the belt company's Facebook page, and hopefully we get to see something better in the future. But yes, that is the explanation for the belt currently. But rant ahead, my friend. Good reason to go, man.
No, but they announced that it's gonna be replaced soon.
Yes.
Yeah, they officially.
I hope so.
They announced it like officially.
Yeah,
they're gonna replace it soon. Anyway,
Bond pointed this out yesterday. A hilarious part of this match is right after they presented the belt, like Tyson hands the belt to the ref. Ref raises the belt, rings the bell, and just yeets the belt to the corner.
Yeet!
Yeah.
Less screen time for you, belt.
Even the referee thought it was a mistake. He looked at the belt and thought to himself, "This is a mistake." So
They sidelined that belt like the kid you didn't want, man.
You shouldn't be here.
I've
you
never
shouldn't be here.
felt buried. They actually buried the belt.
Yes.
But I mean, to be fair, I'm just gonna say the belt looks better with gold plating. Like,
I did see that.
Gold
I don't
plating.
know if that's a fanfic. I don't know yet, but like,
yeah,
at least
if it is,
what
you know,
sports are saying, that's what the belt's gonna look like. And to me, when I saw the belt, I was like, oh, it's a piece of shit because of the main plate. But then I got to see like a picture of the side plates, and I'm like, why couldn't they just put the same amount of detail on the side plates and the main plates, like at the same amount? Because I could respect that. When I saw the gold-plated version with the engravings and shit, I liked it. I don't think that's how I want to see the TNT logo on that belt. But it's a respectable belt as compared to the all silver. It looks like you put spare change on a piece of fresh leather type.
Yeah.
Belt, you know, it looks like this. It looks like the Raw Tag Championships, but worse.
With ketchup.
oh, it does. Yeah.
It does. But yeah, dude, like, we're talking a lot about this belt. What did you guys think of the match for those who've seen it? I don't know if Pal has.
I haven't seen it.
Bon, did you like the match?
It was fine. Like I said, it was fine.
All right.
I mean, it was a bit longer. I mean, like, for a fine match, it went longer.
Okay.
Like, you know, that should have not gone longer. But it was fine.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm sorry. Let me add something up. They made Archer look like a fucking monster,
Yes.
even though he lost.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Like, it was Cody swinging for the fences just
Yes.
to win.
Yes. Yes.
And I think they did a good job.
Yes.
And last one. Let me add.
Keep going.
I hate these fucking fans. Like, ranting on Twitter like, oh, they buried Lance Archer. Oh, we knew Cody's gonna win because he's the fucking owner of AEW. Come on.
Yes.
Cody needed to win.
Yes.
Are you not fucking watching the storyline? Come on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I agree. And they made Cody work for it. That's my take on it.
I'll give my take later. I just want to hear everybody else's.
Like they made him work for that title. That fight was, it was long, and Cody worked for it. I think it's okay. Yeah, like all right. It was like a classic hero win.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
Like like nagpapatalo ang mga bida sa simula, parang ganon. Parang ganun
Yeah,
yung thing.
yeah.
So, yeah, it works for me. Yeah. Like, okay. Like,
Did you see this now?
I haven't seen it.
Alright.
But like my take on it is exactly, yeah, Cody, they made Cody work for the belt, and I'm actually like pretty okay with that.
Mhm.
Even I know he's been having like a lot of losses lately, and he
Mhm.
does need the win. So, the fact that Cody had a lot to do with AEW, and
Yeah.
the fact that he had to work for, what we're gonna say is a mid card belt, and the
Yeah.
fact that he's not putting himself over and putting himself right there on the top spot for the world title, that's respectable for me. That is actually a pretty, that's an honorable thing, is to give other people a shot, to give talent a shot, which is something that, again, I don't know if I should say this, but WWE takes a while to do that. And I'm honestly this is the reason I know, okay, for those who have been following us, everyone knows that Seb loves Drew McIntyre. for his own reasons. But this is the reason why I love Drew McIntyre. The reason why I love him, as given where he's in now, is that he's been through, let's face it, he's been through hell. And he's been through a roller coaster ride to get to where he is now. Aside from that, I mean, he's a fresh face. Like he's someone new. I appreciate, and I really do appreciate, like all talent, whoever they are, the work they put in, fine, respectable. But I don't know. I don't want to see the same champions over and over again. Assuming if that's how I feel, and like for him, for going back to like Cody, he didn't put himself in that spot. He put like other people there. And sure, you can say, yeah, Chris Jericho is a multi-time champion. Sure, fine, but like, he's an inaugural champion.
Yeah.
And I guess it kind of fits that Chris Jericho is the first one.
Mhm.
I mean, I like it.
Yeah.
But the fact that John Moxley's there now, he's giving like such a new take on the world title scene, and like for Cody to just give people that, give people the opportunity to do that, and to put himself like somewhere else, and not overshadow that. It's pretty good. It's a good move for me. So the fact that Cody has it, yeah, I'm all for it. I just really wanted to change the belt. Oh my god, the belt. It's the word I would use for it, questionable. I know I was going on earlier about like how they had to work with stuff, but oh my god, they did not work nearly as well on that as I hoped they would.
Yeah.
So just the belt. My only issue, I know I'm going to watch the match later, I know I'm going to like it, my only issue is the belt. All right? I'm just saying it could have been gold. It could have been gold. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
This is the internet's current favorite match to shit on. I heard a lot of different things about this match. Belt ugly. Over.
Was that how they said it?
I assume this is how all of internet smart sound like. Cody bad boss does not like putting over Darby. Lance Archer get buried, he bad, he signed Archer then bury Archer. I feel like a lot of these negative criticisms thrown towards AEW is from people who don't watch AEW. That's kind of the hilarious thing about it. A lot of these criticisms thrown towards AEW are from people who say WWE is the best, fuck AEW and anything they ever try to do. And why? Why would you choose to say that you're like a reliable critic for a product you don't consume or even attempt to consume? If you watch Cody's Road, Cody getting to this point. Cody basically lost every important thing. Like, every time it mattered, Cody lost. Cody lost the opportunity to challenge for the AEW title forever. Cody's not putting people over. Cody lost to MJF on a storyline where basically everyone he cared about got disrespected. He's had a series of competitive matches on Dynamite that he's been winning by a thread. And on this specific tournament for the TNT Championship, we got to see his brother almost die again. This is the first time we've seen this. He almost dies a lot. I'm getting to see Maldust get, borderline murdered every time we see him on TV. Everyone's trying to retire him. Everyone just has that itch. I want to kill Maldust. I don't know why. I just want to see this man bleed. And Cody...
Dusty Rhodes lives up to his name, huh?
Yep. Oh, yeah. Dustin Rhodes getting dusted every time he walks in there.
He's like the Kenny of AEW. Like, oh my gosh,
bro! I feel like if they scream too loudly at Dustin Rhodes, he'll start bleeding profusely, like random orifices in his body. Just,
I feel the same.
I love the match, though, but Jesus Christ, does he bleed a lot? So we got to see that. We got to see Jake Roberts fucking own him in a promo. We got to see his wife get snaked on. There are a lot of ways I can say this. Like the whole Brandy getting a snake on her thing. And make it sound dirty, but I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. We do see Cody constantly get disrespected by up-and-coming heels, just for him to be thwarted in the end by the same heels. We've seen him lose so consistently. If anything, I'm getting to the point where I kind of have a problem with how the Elite is booking themselves, because they aren't making themselves job. At least they lose a lot. They lose a lot to the point where I feel like they job. They don't feel like a cohesive faction the way... It's not like they did in Japan either, but like they felt more cohesive in Japan. They felt like stronger competitors in Japan. They don't feel like strong competitors here, at least not consistently. But to see Cody finally overcome some obstacles and land on top was really good. And I think Lance Archer showed off a lot of what he can do as a big man and as a strong working big man. He's not just big boy who does big boy things and slap meat, stuff like that. He's not Goldberg. We got to see him decimate Cody for 80% of this match, and we got to see Cody pull out everything. He pulled out the arm, he pulled out the tables and weapons, and we got to see him get thrown around and shit. Only for him to come up in the end. I think there was a lot of convoluted bullshit that happened in the end, like with the whole Arn and Jake getting thrown out, and with Tyson removing his shirt, threatening Jake Roberts, and Jake Roberts going, "Oh no, please don't hurt me." That's not how Jake Roberts sounds.
Tyson looks good though.
That was the face. That was the face I saw. Very scared Jake Roberts of Mike Tyson. Which is true. You be afraid of Mike Tyson. That man will punch you to the next century. Yes. But I thought that this was a great match, and I thought this was a great display of what Cody's good at. Because he's a storyteller, and for a while I was like, maybe he's not as good as I think he is, or as I hype him up to be in my head. But here I was like, damn, Cody can deliver a good story. And that's what I saw. A lot of Cody's strength, a lot of showing us what Archer can do. And Archer is going to be a big threat to a lot of people in the future. And I don't think this is going to hurt him in any way. I think this is good for both men. Good on Cody. And please stop hurting Dustin Rhodes. He's 55-year-old. Is he 55? I think 55 years old.
There's a couple of things I think we can agree on that AEW should stop doing. Just one, stop hurting Dustin Rhodes.
51 years old.
Just stop,
he's 51.
just stop letting Darby Allin skate. I mean, I feel like Darby Allin's gonna die before Dustin Rhodes. Maybe. I don't know.
Stop getting hurt.
Well, here's my thing. I've told you guys that I hate Darby Allin, but just because he just feels like edge, and edgy, you know, like so much edge boy in this guy, and in a way that I don't like. He feels like a guy who's never gotten over his own drama. But this guy's super old, and who am I to tell people that this guy's shit? If they like him, they like him. If he's over, he's over. Give him the pushes he deserves or whatever. Because people do like this guy. If I don't get it, then I don't fucking get it. That's fine. But everyone's working hard in this wrestling company. He is an up-and-coming talent. He's a new guy. He's a young guy. He's got a great career ahead of him. Please stop wearing shorts with tights. But that's not my place. If the people like him, the people like him. And I'm sure they've got good shit lined up for Darby in the future. I'm almost sure he's the next guy to hold the TNT title. But who knows what the future holds. Next match is Hikaru Shida versus Nyla Rose. Other match that I would have thought of as a sleeper. What do you guys think? For the ones who've seen it, Bon?
No, I didn't see it. Sorry.
Understandable.
I skipped it. I'm sorry. I'm scared. But can I just say this? Can I just say this? Hikaru Shida is like the cutest Japanese girl I've ever seen.
Yes. She is.
I would argue that Kairi Sane exists.
I mean, both.
Will be up there.
Both of them, I guess, are pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty cute.
She is.
Well, but she's not as cute as Hikaru.
Okay. That's you, man. That's you.
Yeah, that's you, man.
That's respected, bro. That's respected. Yeah, did you skip this as well?
What?
Did you skip Hikaru versus Nyla?
No, I watched it. Yeah.
What did you think of it?
Emotional, in a way.
Yeah.
Hikaru is very emotional in that match.
I get it.
I can sense it in her moves. And Nyla did a pretty good job showing that. She made her shine in that match. So, for after whatever current events that happened around the scene, that's understandable why she was very emotional, and that showed and it paid off.
Yeah,
that's my take on it. It was an emotional match. It was good. It was good.
Pal, do you have any thoughts on this match? You probably haven't seen it, but I
haven't seen it, but you know, Hikaru Shida's pretty dang cute.
Alright.
I'm just saying.
Alright.
I decided that go on. You have something to say?
No, I mean, I haven't seen it yet, but you know, she's really cute. No, but that's besides the point. You know, congrats to the new champ. I guess I still haven't. I mean, I'll check it out. I'll check it out real soon, after this podcast.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like what I see.
Yeah. I'm sure.
We're sure the match is going to be pretty good. We're sure the match is going to be good.
I personally went through this entire pay-per-view, like throughout the span of the whole day, and even saw this match. This was probably supposed to be a sleeper too. This is probably what a lot of people would say is a bathroom break match. A good amount of time before this, we got the tribute from AEW regarding the passing of Hana Kimura of Stardom. And, just to briefly address it, this is, we're content creators. We're nowhere near as popular as Hana was. And the passing of Hana is so untimely, so wrong, and so unnecessary. And we're sorry to all her fans, to her family, to anybody affected by this, including Hikari. Thank you for everything you've done for the industry, Hana. You will be missed. And tying into this match, we knew what was on Hikaru's mind when she was having this match with Nyla Rose. But regardless of what happened to Hana, I believe that Hikaru would have won this match. She was before Baker had her little bleeding episode on Dynamite. She really was the most over thing in the women's division, and I'm sure she still is. The emotion that these two women showed, the amount of effort that you saw from both of them, is unexpected. A big step up for this women's division, a positive step in the right direction for all competitors involved and for this entire division. And that win was the right time. The win was a good win, a good earned win. I think this is Nyla Rose's best work besides her work with Rio. But I hope that the women's division, since certain stars in said division are starting to pick up some steam and to pick up a lot more fans than they used to, and the match quality also is really stepping up.
Yes.
I see good things for the future of AEW's women's division, and I hope that people from now on would consider not sleeping on these matches, because AEW is working hard and so are these ladies. Great match from Hikaru, and great work coming from Nyla as well. This is ending an over 100-day title reign from Nyla, which, again, I'm saying, patient booking, nice long reigns, and not a lot of championships changing hands over the span of a year. That is valuing the titles. That is valuing the people that hold the titles, doing a really good job of putting over people that wear belts in this company. And I hope this is just the direction they keep on going, because though it's slow, though it's patient, it's good. And if patronized, it's something that you have to just keep on watching, because you'll never know, man. It could just really skyrocket to a place where you never would have expected. Very New Japan of them. Very good, patient storytelling. And I just wish more and more people would pay attention to it, you know? One day people are not going to look at these matches and think they're sleepers. One day people are going to look at the AEW product and think there was no time to empty our bladders or bowels, because everything they deliver on these pay-per-views is good. Your $59, whatever you pay for these things, is worth the money.
I agree.
They're working hard to deliver that kind of a product to people.
Totally agree. Yeah.
Yes. I agree.
100% agree with that.
Yeah.
I did not expect those matches were gonna be that good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. And I guess moving on from that, the next match is probably the only one that I'll say was a sleeper. Oh man, I missed 2 matches. Chris Statlander versus Penelope Ford.
Oh god.
That was a sleeper.
Yeah, I skipped it. I skipped it. I'm sorry.
I figured on through the whole thing, but it didn't feel. It wasn't fun. It was not fun to watch this match. There was no reason for it to happen. This was supposed to be Chris Statlander versus Britt Baker before she got injured.
So it's
And I think that would have been a great match. Britt Baker being the new over lady right now in the division. It's really unfortunate that she got injured. I would have loved to see what she could have done in this match, especially with momentum.
I like her. She's amazing.
Yeah. So, for anyone who has thoughts, just go ahead, bro. Anyone who talks first, go.
I skipped it. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I skipped that match. I haven't seen that yet.
I haven't seen it.
Next. I mean, I hate Kip Sabian, therefore I hate Penelope Ford. So
That's
next.
fair. That's
Alright.
Another one that might be a sleeper on some people's thoughts. Dustin Rhodes versus Sean Spears.
Skipped it too. I'm sorry.
I think this is another one that on the card sounds like a sleeper, but it actually was pretty fun.
Alright, I'll watch it
A
later.
little bit too much gold dust for me. He literally stripped him of most of his clothing and kind of like pulled his ass out of his. We got to see his ass. Is what I'm saying.
His perfect ass.
Yes, and his manager's face. I'm sorry, I should know his name, but like
Tully Blanchard.
Tully Blanchard. Yes, he had Tully Blanchard's face on his crotch, the crotch of his underwear.
Yeah, I skipped
This
it.
was a very comedy match.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch. I don't know how this benefits anyone other than Dustin, but it was fun. It's nice to see Sean Spears not attempting to murder someone with a chair. But yes, very much a filler match. Not the best thing. A decent palate cleanser, I guess. But
So it wasn't a perfect 10, huh?
what? What are you talking about? What 10? What 10? What 10? I don't know anything about a 10. AEW. Who's Ty Dillinger? I don't know who Ty Dillinger is.
I don't know.
What? Who? What?
Ty Dillinger looks a lot like Sean Spears.
Yeah, he does.
Ty Dillinger does look a lot like Sean Spears.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Unfortunately, Ty Dillinger died, in...
He can't even keep a straight face.
He died.
You dick.
He died somehow.
He's
alright.
RVD.
Yes, he's really very dead. Now this is in a sleeper match. Moxley versus Brody Lee, our Brody.
Yes.
I'm sure some of y'all have been hyped for this match. I wasn't until I saw it.
Yeah.
Opinions, my boys, get started.
It was intense.
Only seen half of it, but oh my god, it was intense.
Yeah, it was intense. Yeah. Like, oh god! He broke the thing! They broke the thing!
I'm pretty sure a lot of things were broken in that match.
Yeah, like
But yes, I think I know which thing you're talking about.
You want
So,
to break this thing? You want to break the cards? Yes. Yeah. They asked Moxley, what do you want to break? Yes. You
Yeah,
want
he just keeps breaking things.
Yeah. You want
Yes.
to break the walkway? Yes. Yes. Which ones? Yes. Yeah, they break.
That paradigm
they broke
shift.
everything.
That paradigm shift really lives up to its name, huh?
How about Bon? What are your thoughts on this?
It was a John Moxley match.
Oh yeah,
And
It was a John
you know what?
Moxley
Yeah,
match.
you know what I mean.
Exactly.
yeah,
It's a
You know what I
John
mean.
Moxley match.
yes. I know you've only seen some of it, Pablo. What do you think of what you've seen so far?
I mean, it was a John Moxley match. So, yeah, as good as a John Moxley match can be.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Wait, I want to get your thoughts on this. Brody Lee kicked out of the Paradigm Shift after the hardcore spot.
Yeah.
I mean, we're kind of used to seeing
You've seen this
people
before.
kicking out at one
Yeah.
lately.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What do you guys think about that spot? Like, well, Paradigm Shift kick out at one.
My personal thing about that is details, the devil's in the details. That paradigm shift happened, that pin between the paradigm shift through the stage and that pin, that was was that a minute? Would you say that was a minute?
Yeah, it was a minute.
2 minutes? I think
A minute or two.
I think for the build-up that we're supposed to be getting, and for the fact that we're saying this is a title match, and that these people are in the title picture to begin with, I respect the booking of they went through thing, and 2 minutes passed, and then pin kick out one, because this is kind of like them saying, if we're gonna spend Brody Lee money, if we're gonna spend you're not gonna be in the WWE anymore type of money on a guy, and that how long have they been building up Exalted One? A year? Was it a year? Or 6
months. No, this is like a couple of
Let's
months.
say 6 months. And let's say that Brody wasn't even the guy, because there are rumors that it was Skrull. For them to build up a guy who's been the supposed head of this thing, that's been an entity in AEW for a really long time, and for him to actually be as good as a guy who leads a group of more than 10 people, I feel like he should be that good. I feel like he should be that sturdy, you know?
I get it.
It was in Brody Lee's inability to die that I said, this is the Exalted One. I do feel that this is an Exalted One type guy, you know? Is it a 5-star match? I don't think that Dave Meltzer would care for it. You know, I don't think this is a Meltzer thing. This was definitely not a work rate thing. But I think they did a good job of selling injuries while also having these people superhumanly recover in a way that doesn't feel Young Bucksy, in a way that doesn't feel very Spot Monkey-ish, that you're kicking out of too many moves. You know?
Yeah.
So those are my thoughts on that specific spot and the reactions that these wrestlers had to these specific spots.
Right.
I think this is one of Moxley's best matches, personally. I think that it showed that why Moxley's on the top of the card and the type of quality of product we can expect from this Moxley era. It did a really good job of showing that, because Moxley's not like Jericho. Jericho is in the business of delivering 5-star matches. He's in the business of delivering a beautiful, what wrestling is as we know it type of era of top cardiness. But Moxley is showing this kind of Okada from Hell-esque type of thing going on, where he's showing that, yes, I'm the best, but I'm also probably going to try to kill you. While I'm here.
Yeah.
Moxley came off as dangerous. Moxley came off as unrelenting, unremorseful, and not too much of a babyface. He worked kind of heelish. He talks very babyish right now, but he really, really works like a maniac. Like, it's almost as if he's trying to confuse you with his character in a way, the way he works. Because he's gonna do shit like he's gonna fight you. He's gonna make you fucking bleed. He's gonna put that rear naked choke on him. That finish was fucking great.
Yeah.
Because you didn't pin Brody Lee because you couldn't pin Brody Lee. Or at least that's what it implied, man. 2 paradigm shifts, 1 through the stage, 2 in the ring, if I'm correct there. Just a lot of punishment. And this guy couldn't be put away. That he had to make him sleep. It shows value to the title, it shows value to the match, and it gives us an idea of who these 2 guys are. Moving forward, I really, really, really hope that I see these guys in the top card consistently. I don't know what kind of payoff I currently would want with Brody Lee, personally, because he's so sturdy and so dangerous, and also, that weird boss thing we're seeing from him. Now I'm sold on that. Now I like him. Now I no longer think he's just a Vince parody. He's really showing that he is as exalted as he thinks he is. Mm-hmm. And Moxley really, really, really showing what he's got, man. I am looking forward to future Moxley matches. I hope that I see some more traditional stuff out of him. But if we're gonna see this brutal shit, then so be it. At least it's something new. And I had fun. So much fun watching this match. Did you guys see that backdrop? That backdrop where his legs hit the guardrail?
Oh.
That was wow.
Yeah.
That was painful as hell. These guys nearly died. These guys nearly died. And this really showed the many ways in which wrestlers will show value to the AEW title. And that thing is fucking pretty, and it matters, and they're really showing that shit, and I love it. I hope we get to see more of it in the future, man.
Same.
I really want that belt.
My thoughts on these 2 title match, the TNT and this match in particular, is that the heels were not dropped in a way that, yes, they got defeated, but they're not really defeated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, like
they were straightforward.
They had to be put down in a very creative way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think these guys are buried at all. They were pushed in a very different way.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. And it's different, and I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing, if I were to add anything else to this, because you did point out 2 monster matches where both monsters lost. I think this is something that a lot of people haven't thought through with wrestling these days, is that the monster dynamic, this is the first time we've seen monsters that are so good that people don't understand that the monsters don't need belts. Mm-hmm. That these guys can be monster spectacles that can work, but they wouldn't not be that necessarily if they didn't have a belt. Yeah. They would still great with or without a belt, and they're showing that. These guys are big money draws, and they don't need gold on them. But I will
argue, by the way, that. Sorry, I will just say that to that point, which I agree with. One of them, although he's not in AEW, I will argue that Bobby Lashley belongs on that list.
You could. I mean, Here's my thing with Bobby Lashley. He's a belt collector type. He's a proven martial arts MMA fighter who's had a good amount of matches and has won. I don't think he's a monster. I think he's a big man. I think this Drew thing is a long time coming because now we've seen Drew versus work rate guys like Andrade and Seth and all that shit. And now we're going to get to see big meaty men slapping meat. But Lashley can also go. He's a guy who can put on a good 20-minute match with somebody and we'll say, that was good wrestling. And he's not like, I'd say that the guy who's more like the guy who never needs to hold gold, I would say that guy's the Fiend if we're going to look for someone in the WWE. This guy can be the scariest thing ever, but he doesn't need to hold gold ever. Lashley is someone that I believe should hold gold because, one, we haven't had enough African Americans to hold gold. Lashley's a very good wrestler. And he's so big and dominant that it's just so weird that he's been big but not that dominant. Like, I don't know, man. Like, that. Why did you give him that Lana angle? Why did you? There should be more to Lashley than cucking Rusev, you know?
Yeah, it was such a bad angle.
It was such a bad angle, and thank God it's dead. Hoping for the best for Rusev in his future endeavors. But yeah, again, AEW showing us how monsters work and how monsters can be used, and that losses don't necessarily mean burials if you're good at booking your product.
That's true.
Yes.
And now that we've talked about Moxley versus Brody, let's talk about the Stadium Stampede match.
Yes.
The Elite. My God, was this something?
It is very.
I'm gonna. Okay. I'm gonna go first and say, I know who won. I haven't watched this match yet, but I am very interested to know what you three think of it, because I knew this was probably the match that you guys were looking forward to, probably the most, maybe. So, let's get to it. What do you guys think?
It's my favorite thing ever in wrestling so far.
We're gonna throw the shit out of you with this match, bro. Like, we're gonna talk about so much stuff because there's so much shit that happened. I'm not even done with it. I'm towards the end. I'll finish it later. But the stuff that I've seen is fucking hilarious. And Bon, what are your thoughts on this, bro?
I'm looking for like the best word to describe it. It was all
irregular.
It was all elite. That's it.
All elite.
Yes.
I mean, like, you have Matt Hardy in it, so like, you're gonna expect something like weird,
broken Matt
shit happening. Yeah.
Dream. I don't know.
Now, version 1 appeared.
Yes.
The fucking guy who could slap a tornado. And the guy who could dry up a Z. And it was mind-blowing. Like, my favorite part in that match was Adam Page and Jake Hager, like, going Jackie Chan in the bar.
Yes. That was straight out of Shanghai Noon and shit, dude. Like, shit.
I loved it.
Oh, all right.
I think they should make more. I think they should make more of these. Like, I think that these kind of matches, like the whole industry should be looking into this kind of stuff. Because this kind of stuff works now, especially now. Because the way you can make these matches the sky's the limit. You can do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah,
And you,
yeah.
creative people like Matt Hardy and Chris Jericho really shines in this kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
They could make it
Yeah.
work. And I'm just lost. I'm at a loss for words for this match.
Trying so hard not to laugh.
Yeah, everything is hilarious and amazing at the same time, and a lot of things was happening, and it's confusing and it's fun and it's a what the fuck moment for me. Like, what is this even wrestling, dude? Like,
Dude, I'm just thinking about shit that happened in the match and I'm laughing my ass off. Because I can't fucking wait to just like say what they are. Fuck.
this is
Holy
pure entertainment and it's good. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just love this kind of stuff, man. This is the stuff I really look forward to. Like,
Yeah,
shit, man.
yeah.
God. There was a horse in there, man.
There's a horse, yeah.
There was a horse. They were drinking in the bar. There were.
Mhm.
There's a pool. There was a pool. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
I'm gonna.
It worked.
Wait, can I? Let me add something up.
Yeah.
I loved how they shot the whole thing. Like, it was shot like it was a street fight. It wasn't shot like a fucking cinematic match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that the way it was shot. How do I say this? It felt so raw. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it was shot in a way like, okay, they're fighting. Not too many camera cuts. Like how Kevin Dunn would have done it, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I love how it was shot.
It feels like Matt Hardy's total deletion match.
Yeah, but
I
it
haven't seen
wasn't
that.
as
Yeah.
cinematic as it was.
Yeah, it feels like that match.
I think these are just my initial thoughts. I'm gonna give like as much of a play-by-play of what I've seen of the match because there's so much. I think this shows. I'm gonna give some of this credit to the Young Bucks. I've been watching Being the Elite for a while. I haven't been keeping up with it recently, but I watched like faithfully for like a good year, a couple of years ago. And this felt like a lot of long BTE sketches. That a lot of what they do there. But they made it into a match and it was so good. Like, who thought that we'd fucking hell. Let me just get started. These guys enter into the stadium football style, man. Like through smoke and pyro and shit. First they announced the inner circle. These guys are in full American football gear. And yeah, you see everybody come in. And then you get to see the Elite entering, like Bucks first. And then we get to see Matt Hardy, and then we get to see Omega, and they all have like some of them have weapons, some of them don't. And then like, you know, the Bucks are worried because like Paige didn't show up, and they're like, oh, where's Paige? Like, don't worry about it, man. I should probably improve my Kenny Omega impression, but that was how it started, and then they fucking recreated the fucking Civil War scene. They recreated the Tony versus Iron Man match, and that was fucking hilarious. Yeah. And then they're just fighting each other in this arena for a good while. The Hangman comes with a horse. He comes with a fucking horse. And what else can you say to the site besides cowboy shit? Then he recreates that famous street fight shot that Kenny and Matt
Guevara,
when they were chasing Sammy Guevara with a fucking Golf cart. He was chasing Sammy Guevara all the way to like the backstage area of the stadium, and then he's just like, "Where you at, Sammy?" Then they cut back to the normal match, which is everybody kicking their asses in those normal spots. You cut in like 10 minutes later, Hangman's still looking for Sammy.
Yes. In the horse. In the horse, dude.
Then he fucking finds the bar. He tells the horse to stay, and then he goes to have a drink. And then all the commotion is happening. Then Jake Hager is looking for Hangman Page. I don't know why. But he's looking for Hangman Page. Sees that the horse is still there. For some reason, the horse did listen. He stayed. He stayed. And because the horse was still there, Jake Hager's like, okay, he's probably in the bar. So Jake Hager arrives in this bar, and I saw the memes of this. But this didn't happen the way I thought it would. I thought it was just going to be them having a drink. But Jake Hager sits next to Hangman, and very Western style is like, I knew I'd find you here. Then Hangman pours him a drink, and he's like, are we here to drink, or are we here to fight? There's no difference. Then they have a fight. It's a great fight. We get to see pool table things. We get to see that thing where you slide an entire guy across the whole bar. And he actually slid him across the whole bar.
Yeah.
It was so good. It was so fucking funny. It was so fucking actually well done. Like, it presented Adam Page as this Western badass. Adam Page is the best. And then we get to see more strange things. The goalpost moonsault, for one, which is one very Young Bucksy spot. But let's get to the part that everyone wants to talk about. Matt Hardy and that pool. He was with Ortiz and Santana. They were drowning him in the pool. Then Matt Hardy started becoming different versions of himself. Oh my god!
Reincarnation!
Dude, they drown Matt Hardy, then they bring him back up. He's Hardy Boys Matt Hardy. They drown him again, and he's doing the Hardy Boys this thing to the camera while he's being drowned, and then they bring him back up again. He's version 1 Matt Hardy. And then the Matt Hardy facts that used to appear every time he entered, it appeared at the side of the screen. Then you could see Ortiz or Santana like pointing at it. Like, they could see the fact.
It's such good shit, man. It's such good shit.
It's good shit. And like, another thing, I know that some people would have slept on this, but Matt Jackson locomotion suplexed the dude through the whole field. The whole field. You get to see it start. Then by the time you pan back to Matt Jackson, they're in the end zone. Oh my god.
They put a lot of thought about this stupid stuff, and it actually worked. That's
It's so good. What else is there notable besides that? Because you guys have seen the whole match. I haven't. What else happened here, man? I don't know how it ends yet.
It ended with Kenny giving Sammy a fucking one-winged angel.
Yeah.
From the bleachers down to some fucking cardboard ramp, like something like that. But it was like damn high, like more than 10 feet, I think.
Oh,
yes.
Wow! Rest in peace, Sammy Guevara. They killed Sammy Guevara. That sounds awesome.
Yes,
Damn.
it was so high. It was so high.
I'm so ready for this match.
Bleachers, dude. It's from the.
You know, I'm honestly just happy no one's kicked out of the one-winged angel. Yeah.
No one in the world is kicked out of the one-winged angel. Yes.
I'm pretty happy about that. I hope no one does. Yeah, I just hope it just stays that way.
In a world where everyone kicks out of finishers, I hope no one kicks out of the one-winged angel.
Yeah.
I think that's the one move that should be able to kill anyone. But man, I did not expect it to be this good. It felt like several different segments and plot points put into one presentation that somehow cohesively worked. We got to see hilarity from all of these guys and a weird sense of seriousness and gravity with it all. And we were supposed to receive a different match before this. When we started, we were talking about something called Blood and Guts, which is War Games.
Basically, War Games.
If some of you remember this, they were supposed to do a War Games match with these guys. I don't know how it would have gone. It was definitely going to be way more serious than the match we actually got. But I'm really glad we got this. And people are always going to say that, that by reputation and who's in the company, that these guys would focus more on these work rate matches, these New Japan style compete till you die type of matches. And this shows that not only does AEW have good talent, that this talent is also versatile. It's not just about the 7-star matches from Kenny. He could deliver some of that DDT comedy that he used to do in Japan, That this company is putting time and money into making their product great, into making their product versatile. And anyone who says otherwise is just really, really lying to themselves, man. This pay-per-view was great. This is a 3.5 pay-per-view out of 5, or maybe a 4 in my book. Like, there's just too many things done right. And the build-up to this all was so good. Some could say it was too long. Some could say that we had a couple of filler episodes because of the pandemic. But considering everything that happened, my God, did they give us something good. And that's all I can say about that, man.
And that again goes to, I guess, goes again to the credit of these guys. Like, considering what they had to work with, to be able to produce a show like this, a product like this, I mean, that is saying something.
Yeah.
And, if that, again, like a lot of the fans, I don't know, a lot of people will still say WWE is better. I mean, it's on them. But like, if they still find it in themselves to deny like AEW of the recognition it deserves. I mean, I don't know. Just watch it. Just watch it. Like, given what they had to work with, these guys are really good. For something that I'm assuming a lot of these things, if not all. Some of these things are definitely for sure like last minute, but again, given how they had to work with it, it's definitely like top caliber stuff.
Yeah.
So props to these guys. Props to these guys for putting on Double or Nothing. Props to these guys for, for coming up with whatever happened in AEW. It was really good. It's something that is definitely made for the enjoyment of the wrestling fan. So props to them.
But also to add to that, a lot of WWE fans criticizing AEW, saying that their stuff is subpar. I would also say, to the contrary, that of these fans' opinions, I know that the AEW guys, the AEW faithful, are saying that everything AEW is much better. I would say that these two companies have stepped up. I would say that one might have better consistent quality than the other, but WWE has been doing a good job considering. And I really like how they creatively stepped up. It's not just AEW, it's both of these companies, and they're giving us good product in the wake of this pandemic. And thank you to both of them. I still have a lot of problems with how WWE runs its business, conducts its business. But besides all of that, I am giving the work I'm giving the credit to the people that put in the work. These wrestlers are working hard, regardless of what you think of the WWE or AEW. These guys are putting their bodies on the line, not just for their passion, but for us. And so are the people writing these things, for at least the WWE. They have stepped up their product, they have stepped up their game, they are trying their best, and we should just be thankful that there is wrestling right now. There is wrestling weekly from anywhere at all. Great job to these companies. And I hope that we could, as wrestling fans, come together. Like, you can like AEW, you can like WWE at the same time without shitting on the other product. Because me personally, I think the best product right now is New Japan. It's neither AEW or WWE. Because AEW is too young right now to be the best. But they're doing exponentially well. WWE has just had its head up its own ass for such a long time. But it's not the worst thing ever. Sometimes it's the worst thing ever, but it's not always the worst thing ever. But I'm saying here that you don't have to shit on the other to put over the other thing. If you like WWE, that's fine, but you don't have to shit on AEW and everything it does to get the thing you like over.
Yes.
We're all niche fans, man. We're all weird fucking people. We were all probably bullied for liking wrestling in the first place. Let's not bully each other. Because that's what led to Hana Kimura. That's what led to a lot of the fucking Rose Tico shit. We don't need that. We don't need that in these scenes. We don't need that amongst each other. We've had enough bullies in our lives. We don't need to do that to each other. So, it's all good, man. We're just getting a lot of good stuff for the geeks out there, for the fans out there. They're doing a good job of it. They're trying their best, and let's give them that credit. And let's be fucking kinder to each other, man. So fun.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all fun. At the end of the day, we're all just enjoying the same thing. There's absolutely no reason to crap on one another.
Yeah.
And there's no need to be the best. For us, for everyone here in Culture Pit, as long as you believe in something, as long as you believe in a certain fandom, you're definitely welcome aboard. Just be kind about things. If there's things you don't agree with, well, sure, that's on you, but don't crap on people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
all right, so
is
anything else happen in Double or Nothing? Or
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anything left to bring up?
Pretty much it, right? Yeah.
Anything you guys are looking forward to in the future?
All right, so I guess we could wrap this up by just telling everyone what we're looking forward to. So Gab, you want to start?
Looking forward to Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to Snyder Cut and hopefully MCU.
Yeah.
Black Widow.
Yeah, Black Widow.
Yeah. Black Widow. Black Widow.
Come on.
How about you, Bon? Looking forward to anything?
Yeah. Number one, I'm looking forward to Spider-Man 3. I know, it's gonna be out, I don't know what, 2 years? 30 years? I don't know. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the third installment of Spider-Man 3. So, gosh, when is this pandemic gonna end? So they could start shooting. Come on.
I doubt it's gonna be as meme-worthy as the original Spider-Man 3, but it's still Spider-Man 3.
Yes.
Yeah. And number two, I'm looking forward to Sami Zayn's return, and that's it.
He's still the Intercontinental Champion. We don't give a shit. He is the Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah.
Yes.
He is. In our hearts, Sami Zayn is the rightful...
Yes, whoever wins the Intercontinental title tournament is fake news. And you can't change my damn mind.
Even if it's AJ Styles. It's
No.
still fake news. I'm sorry.
One thing to bring up though. Here's an interesting thing that Japan does that I think would be an interesting thing for other companies to do. Did you know that if any competitor couldn't defend their title for any reason at any point in time, that they would immediately be stripped of the title?
Ooh.
Immediately, even if you had a flight problem the week of a New Japan pay-per-view, you can
John Moxley.
that happened to Moxley. I really kind of want to see that, you know? It's interesting to see this type of change out of technicality, and it kind of keeps things in a way forcefully moving forward. Sure, it's unfortunate for some people, but that just makes their comeback much better. And I do hear rumors of them building up to Sami Zayn getting that title back now. But we'll never know here. You know, things could change at the drop of a dime. But I'm still hoping for the best for Sami, bro.
Yes.
Same.
Thank you.
Yeah. How about you, pal? What are you looking forward to?
Well, definitely the PlayStation 5.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, so that's good. And what else am I looking forward to? Yeah, Snyder Cut.
Oh, yeah.
Snyder Cut, Air Cut. And I'm definitely looking forward to like catching more of Double or Nothing after this podcast.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I forgot. I was also looking forward to playing more Dota 2. Hey, because Battle Pass is out, good stuff is coming out, Gaben's getting that money. Man. They like earned
bro.
$1 million in just 5 hours.
Oh yeah.
And then another $1 million in 2 hours. Like, oh man, where did that money come from? But yeah, just looking forward for more good stuff for Dota 2. It's having a bad time this past few months, so good stuff. Good stuff for that.
Not a Dota man myself, but you know, it's good. It's good for the gaming industry to be getting to this point. $4 million purses for professional gamers. All good stuff, dude.
Yeah.
All good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff.
It's
What about
really
you,
good
Paul?
for the industry in general, for the
Yeah,
video
dude.
game industry.
That's for us too.
Yeah, like
We definitely have our streaming aspirations. Look out for that on the page.
hey, streaming stuff.
Yeah,
Also-
man. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. The Bond, man. Hopefully, we can get some stuff down on the page with live streaming games like PUBG and COD Mobile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The thing I'm doing right now is not even serious. Like, I'm just doing it for fun.
We've
So-
never done anything serious, man. We're in the business of seriously not doing anything seriously.
everything is
Yeah,
for fun.
that's got a point. We do normally just,
Yeah.
But yeah, how about
yeah, like just watch out for that streaming.
what are you looking forward to?
Oh yeah, basically, just basically the PlayStation 5, Schneider Cut, and I'm also looking forward to like streaming more of our gaming stuff on the page. So again, to everyone, we know Call of Duty Mobile is kind of big right now, so we've been playing a lot, and yeah, we can definitely like real soon. Hopefully, like, we can like share some gameplay with you guys, and yeah, if you guys want to play with us, just I guess like in the comment section of the podcast, just if you guys are playing Call of Duty Mobile, just drop your in-game names, and we can add you, or like we can also drop ours and you can add us. So yeah, it'll be fun.
Yep, we have a clan, so yeah.
We have a clan.
Yeah, we have. But yeah, in terms of me, I'm just looking forward to more good stuff from from Marvel, from DC. I'm reading a lot of stuff. I hope that Spawn continues on soon with 307. I'm looking forward to more of the Batman animated comics. Looking forward to Black Widow, bro. Come on, man. Taskmaster, beat Tony
Yes.
Massive, man. Looking forward to more AEW wrestling, for more WWE wrestling. Looking forward to Japan coming back. Osprey in the heavyweight division, man. That's gonna be the bee's knees. Man, I'm just looking forward to the future. Looking forward to hanging with you guys in
Same.
person in the future. Human contact, man. We miss it.
Also, I almost forgot. I'm looking forward for Age of Khonshu this
Oh
October.
yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
Age of Khonshu. Yeah.
My boy Moon Knight getting his fucking spotlight. Finally. Yes.
Yeah.
shout out to all Moon Knight fans out
Yeah,
there.
right on. Just kidding.
Right on. Yeah.
Give me
All right. So yeah, I think we're pretty set. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting couple of months, and yeah. So just reminder, everyone, just thanks for. By the way, thanks for like hanging out with us for like the past 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So yeah, just stay safe, stay home, and yeah, stay cultured. So this is Paolo.
Sam.
Gab.
Bonye.
Yeah.
So yeah, just
Stay cultured.
yeah. So you've seen episode 3 of the Culture Bit podcast. So again, just stay cultured.